I'm going to play some two-mans. I'm going to play a worse deck, I think, but not... I'm going to play a worse deck. I'm not going to play another league, but I'm going to play some two-mans. So, like, we can bring the bar for what is reasonably acceptable for a deck to play down just a little bit. And I am taking chat suggestions. Hey, have a nice day, Magus. If you haven't already followed, please do. I greatly appreciate you watching. Thanks for all of the help. We have Time Warp, we have Mill, we have Battle of Wits, we have Prison, we have Experimental Frenzy.
Catch Control.
It's Pitch Control, thank you.
Yeah, that's not what I was watching last night. The other night.
We're gonna play a little bit of Pitch Control. This is one of my favorite decks that I've brewed up in recent time. This is a completely original brew. It's awful. It's great. I love it. I think I need some surgicals in the side. We're going to put one surgical in the side. We're going to play some Pitch Control in some two-mans. This is a completely original brew. This is something that I dreamt up on some nightmarish dream the other night. We're going to see how this goes. The idea is, since everybody wants to kill you on turn 2 or 3, we do as many things turn 0 as possible and cast a bunch of free spells. I would love to play first, thank you. This is an unkeepable hand. We're mulliganing. This is a lot better, but is still awful. We're going to mulligan again. Way better. Alright, here's hoping Leyline hoses our opponent. Start Flagstones. Pass the turn. Ooh, I'm out of drink. I think that's the last drink for me tonight, because I'm like, woo, right now. Opponent started Creeping Tar Pit. Smallpox, please. Damn it. All right, pass the turn. We have a Sickening Shoal at the ready. This is likely fairies, so we're going to get Bitter Blossomed. Damn it. I think this deck that I'm playing ought to run Bitter Blossom. Well, we have a Leyline to pitch. Opponent gets a 1/1. There is a Liliana. Liliana ticks up. We discard Lingering Souls. Thanks for helping us out, opponent. Flashback Lingering Souls. Pass the turn. Opponent's Bitter Blossom. Opponent makes us discard. We discard our Reanimator target in Elishnorn. Opponent opts. We'll untap and draw. Ooh, we draw our own Liliana. Well, kill one of the fairies. Go to combat. Both creatures hit Liliana. Take Lily to 4. Pass the turn. Opponent gets a 1/1. Yeah, I think this deck needs to be running this card. I just can't afford it right now. Each player discards. We discard Sorin, Lord of Innistrad. We're probably not casting him anytime soon. We untap. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, it works. It still works. Go ahead and get a Godless Shrine. Yes, we will use its ability. There's the Godless Shrine. Forgot to take out the Hallowed Fountain for when we were running previously bad deck techs. Play our own Liliana. Oh, our opponent can't ult Liliana. Good to know. Good to know. I'm going to go ahead and go to game 2. Opponent just crypticed us. Okay. So versus Fairies Control-iness deck, we're going to bring in a bunch of hand hate. And we're going to drop... I think we're going to drop Shining Shoal, 1 Sickening Shoal, and a Soul Spike. Try it like that. Actually, no. Sun Scour, Soul Spike, back in. I hope that worked. I have no idea. Yeah, this seems pretty sweet. We're going to keep this. We're doing a bunch of stuff really early in the game. Chancellor of the Annex, Leyline of the Void, and play Shambling Vent past the turn. I really, really like this card. Nobody reads it. Everybody plays into it. Opponent Inquisitions, and it gets countered. Nobody waits till turn 2. Everybody just throws their 1-drop into it. So, Thoughtseize our opponent. They have a Cast Down, an Ashiok, and a Spell Stutter Sprite. I don't think Spell Stutter is actually going to counter anything, so we're going to actually take their only threat right now, which is Ashiok, play a Flagstones, and pass the turn. If we draw another black source, playing Liliana of the Veil here would be super great, but it is not another black source, so go ahead and run this Lingering Souls out there. Ooh, that felt good. Opponent Bajuka Bogs takes care of our latter half of Lingering Souls. We untap, we draw a Smallpox, which will be useful when we get our second black source. We're going to go ahead and get in. Take our opponent to 15. Opponent does not do anything at the end step. Plays a second Creeping Tar Pit. We'll play the Hallowed Fountain. Once again, forgot to take that out of the deck. Going to need to do that before we play any more games. Shoot! I have not been updating my Stream Deck or deck list! Oh gosh! My apologies. Opponent disallows Leyline of Sanctity. We're okay with that. Get in, get in. Alright, there we go. Should be updated now, I think. We draw a Shining Shoal. Well, gonna go ahead, get in for 2. Take our opponent to 11, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Field of Ruin. If they Field of Ruin us, it's actually going to fix our mana. Ooh, Godless Shrine. Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead, get in for 2. And we'll Smallpox. Discard Chancellor. Opponent discards Liliana of the Veil. We sack a Spirit and Flagstones. Get our other godless shrine. Alright, we're good. Nukes our manland, which hilariously allows us to hardcast for 1 Shining Shoal. Plays a cast down. We draw an Elishnorn. Play Liliana. Cryptic Command, alright. Opponent's still holding that Spell Stutter Sprite. Play the Marsh Flats. Hey, we might be casting Elishnorn. Hardcast in Modern. This is fun. Dark Slick Shores for our opponent. Fetch up a swamp. Chancellor of the Dross. Also another big dumb fatty that does something at the very beginning of the game. Snapcaster Mage with no value. Opt for our opponent in the main phase. The next 2 damage that Snapcaster does will be dealt to Snapcaster. Woo! Shining Shoal. Shining Shoal feels like a really powerful card. It's one of my favorites. It just does a lot when it does something. It's really bad though, because like the other half of the time it does nothing. Okay, opponent disallows the first half of Lingering Souls, so we cast the latter half of Lingering Souls, which resolves. Opponent finally flashes in Spell Stutter Sprite after a million turns, deciding that they're never going to hit anything with it. Please, for the love of God, let me top deck a land. An untapped one, please. It's not, but it will work. Pitch Chancellor of the Dross. Liliana, the Last Hope. Hit Sculptor Boy. And there's Liliana. She kills a spirit. Sculptor ticks up. Oh, fires up a creeping tar pit. Gets in for damage. Can't be blocked. Go to 9. And there it is. We get a Plains. Cast Elishnorn. Kill Jace. There'll be no sculpting minds here. Opponent loses 1 life, does not get a token. Takes up Liliana on Elish Norn. And scoops it up under the weight of an Elish Norn. Whoo! Oh, it didn't work. Drops on Scourbring and Soul Spike. And fire it back. Going on, game 3 of this 2-man. For those of you just joining us, we have 3-2-2 competitive leagues today. Today we are, right now we're playing Pitch Control, Black-White, in a completely original deck versus Fairies in a 2-man. Start off with a free Lightning Helix. Should be useful. Opponent starts Darkslick Shore's Inquisition. Probably takes... Alright, they took Inquisition. I didn't expect that, actually. I was going to say they were going to take Collective Brutality, but they did not. Inquisition numero dos takes Collective Brutality. Shambling Vent. So, Pitch Chancellor of the Dross. Take Negate. Opponent only has a Spell Stutter Sprite left. Fetches to find a Watery Grave. Plays their Creeping Tar Pit. We play Shambling Vent, pass the turn. There's the Polluted Delta. Go for the Lingering Souls. Oh, do they have a Cryptic Command? They would have had to have top decked it pretty recently. Ooh! Yeah, they had it. They didn't draw a card, though. I think that might have been a mistake. They really wanted the use of their graveyard, though. Bajuka Bog takes out our graveyard. Now please fire up that Creeping Tar Pit so I can shoal it. Shining Shoal. And there it is! Silly person. Don't you know we have free kill spells in this deck? Ooh, just need a land. Just need a land and we'll resolve Sorin. So good. That's a Field of Ruin. That's a land. No, don't click me! Okay. I was worried for a second. Problem is, their tokens are flyers, ours are not. Go, go, Vampire! Spell Stutter Sprite. I like how our opponent has encountered a single thing with it. Opponent gets in for one at us. Does not attack Sorin. We take it. Take up Sorin. Beginning of combat. Get in for one lifelink. Opponent to 12, us to 23. Cast Leyline of the Void. Sweet. Opponent did not crack pre-Leyline, so their Polluted Delta goes to exile. Oh, it's a Bitter Blossom. Should probably attack Sorin this time. They don't attack at all. Good. Well, pump the tokens. Get in for 4 lifelink. Make ourselves hexproof. No more hand hate for you, opponent. They get a token. They play a land. We get a flagstones. Take up Sorin. Opponent blocks. Play flagstones. Pass the turn. We draw a second flagstones. Well, get in for 2. Opponent blocks. Make a dude. Flagstones trigger. Get a plains. Cast our other ley line because we have nothing else to do. And pass the turn. Opponent goes to 6. We are at 31. They animate Mutavault. Get in at Sorin. We will block Mutavault. Ooh. Oh, that's going to be nasty. Emblem Sorin again. Get 2 3/1s that fly. Pass the turn. Woohoo! Opponent plays a Creeping Tar Pit. Sickening Shoal. That's what we need. One of our kill spells. Get in for 6. Opponent should block and block. Yep. Make a dude. Make more dudes. Opponent loses a life, goes to 4. And scoops it up. Woo! I'm going to leave this up on the screen and take a quick bio break. I will be right back. And I'll play a couple more 2-mans, probably with this deck, unless I hear some suggestions in chat. And we're back. Nobody asked for anything different, so we're going to play some more pitch control in 2-mans. But at least this one and another one. And then I will probably have to call it quits for the night. But Getting to play some silly decks in Modern's always fun. Switching over to water. Nobody wants to play with me. And there it is. I would love to play first. Yes, please, and thank you. This is a good hand. We will keep this hand. So reveal Chancellor, drain our opponent, play Urborg, Inquisition. Oh, this is like the most nuts draw we can have. Oh, it's the same guy, I think. Play Flagstones. Smallpox, our opponent. Pitching Chancellor of the Annex. Sack Flagstones. Opponent discarded Swamp. Sent me a new experiment for a list. Alright, I'll have to check it out, Phoenix. Also, great to see ya. We've been doing pretty well. I don't know how long you've been watching, but we 3-2'd with Battlewitz, and then we 3-2'd with Blue-Black Mill back-to-back. Now we're just playing some jank because we can. Pitch on Burial Rites. Bitter Blossom, Spell Stutter. Oh, we just got wrecked because I forgot they had a Bajuka Bog and wasn't paying attention. Now we get bogged and oh. Oh, they didn't bog us! Oh, if we draw an untapped land, they are so done. Oh, we didn't. We're screwed. Kanan on Jace Lily Lockout. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Opponent still didn't play Bog. What? Oh, gosh. There goes all of our hard-earned graveyard. But, we get to Smallpox. Welcome, new viewers, to the stream. I'm Kano, kinda drunk, playing Black-White Pitch Control in Modern. All jank all the time on this channel. We're having a little bit of fun here. Tick up Lily. Flashback Souls. Pass the turn. Woo! This is a deck that I kind of dreamed up in some sort of weird nightmare the other night. Spiral turns. I gotta see this, Phoenix. Growth spiral turns. Ooh. Me gusta. Opponent gives up. I wasn't even paying attention. Bring in a bunch of hand hate. Drop Sun Scour. Drop a Shining Shoal, a Sickening Shoal, and a Leyline of the Void, I think, as well as a Leyline of Sanctity, and try it like that. Pitch Control. I know, right? We're doing a bunch of stuff turn 0 and then discarding our hand, and shit's happening, and it's great. If you like that kind of content, you should totally follow this channel because I produce a lot of other silly nonsense. Like earlier, we won with Battlewitz. We 3-2 to Competitive League with it. We 3-2 to Competitive League with Blue-Black Mill. Now we're playing Pitch Control in 2-mans because I'm trying to refine the deck. I want it to be a good, decent deck, which probably a pipe dream, but we're trying. Also, love the name, Horny Vegan. It seems our opponent does not want to play with us. Oh, no. I'm willing to keep this. Our opponent relies on hand hate a little bit early. Play flagstones. Opponent opts. Here comes the Bitter Blossom. Hey, Anonymous is now following. Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate the support. You're a wonderful human being. Flagstones ourself. For a godless shrine. Pass the turn. It looks like it was I don't want to out anybody for following this channel. I don't know why it came up as anonymous on stream, but the actual username did show up. Thanks. Thanks for following. Actually, should have played Shambling Vent there. Alright, Bitter Blossom trigger for our opponent. I think we're fine to take one here. Not too worried about that. Unburial Rites. Alright, we need to get a few cards out of our hand here. Snapcaster Mage for our opponent for opt. Opponent opts. Opponent plays a Mutavault. Opponent gets in. We'll go ahead and say the next 1 damage dealt by a fairy is dealt to Snapcaster Mage instead. Sweet. Opponent's Surgical's Shining Shoal. I don't know why you would bring in Surgical against this deck, because you definitely didn't see Unburial Rites. Oh wait, maybe he did previous game, because we are playing against the same opponent. That might be reasonable. Alright, we got a cast out. So we can answer this Bitter Blossom. I actually think we do that now. It's the least odds our opponent has a counterspell for it. Kind of hoping our opponent plays Liliana, honestly. Get that symmetrical discard going. Spell Stutter Sprite. Counters cast out, unfortunately for us. Bitter Blossom. The Scarab God? What is this nonsense? Take a bunch of damage. Well, play Sorin, because we still can't draw any sort of discard outlet. Make a dude. Pass the turn. Once again, hoping our opponent plays Liliana. Is his reanimate ability an instant? It is, isn't it? Thoughtseize is a discard outlet. Yeah, I guess that's true, but we would need a few more mana for that. Throw everything at Sorin? Alright, Sorin down. There's a swamp. Yeah, we'll Thoughtseize ourselves. They get to see our hand, though. Oh, shoot. Why did I do that? They're gonna Scarab God. Oh, no. Horny vegan, you've screwed me. I was just drunk enough to listen to you. Oh, no. Oh, it's bad. It's a bad time right now. Play Leyline of the Void, pass the turn. I think the instant our opponent activates Scarab God, we concede. Yep. Yep. Alright. Game 3. Whoo. Alright. We'll just fire it back. We're going to do a bunch of stuff turn 0. We just need a good opening hand. The problem with this deck is if you have a good opening hand, you win the game instantly, and if you have a bad opening hand, it mulligans like garbage. This is actually kind of decent. I'm going to keep this. I think this is an underrated card. I really like this card. Start with a tapped Godless Shrine. Pass the turn. Opponent throws an Inquisition into the Chancellor trigger. We're going to play a Flagstones, pass the turn, and on our opponent's draw step, we're going to Surgical Inquisition. I had a feeling they kept a hand with more than one. They did not. They have 3 lands, a Fatal Push, 2 Spell Stutters, and a Snapcaster. But will I remember that? Probably not. Opponent shocks in a Watery Grave. Gonna go for that Spell Stutter counter, but we don't even have anything to counter, so joke's on them. Sickening Shoal, decent draw. Play a Marsh Flats, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Spell Stutter Sprite. Plays a Creeping Tar Pit. Goes on the attack. We're going to fetch up a Swamp and hard cast a Sickening Shoal for 1 mana. Welcome new viewers to the stream. I'm Kano. I'm kind of drunk, and we're playing Jank in Modern. Currently playing Black-White Pitch Control in a 2-man versus Fairies. This is a deck that I've dreamed up the other day in some sort of weird nightmare, where you do a bunch of things like Chancellors on turn 0, and then you pitch them to things like Shoals. It's been a lot of fun. I think the deck has more game than anyone anticipated, but it's still not great. Trying to refine it. We're going to play a Marsh Flats. We're going to fetch, and we're going to hard cast this Leyline of the Void, I think. Play a Swamp. Cast a Leyline. Turn off them Snapcasters. Opponent flashes in a Spell Stutter Sprite. We knew they have it. They are still holding at least 1 more land and a Snapcaster, I believe, by my math, when we Surgicaled them. Unfortunately, Surgical does not reveal their hand, so I can't go and check for sure. We'll play a Concealed Courtyard. Pass the turn. Hopefully our opponent fires up this Creeping Tar Pit, so this Shoal can actually just take care of it. Opponent fires off their Snapcaster Mage, aka Ambush Viper here. Opponent plays a Darkslick Shores. Okay. We're going to set it up so the next damage dealt by Spell Stutter Sprite is actually dealt to Snapcaster Mage instead. Would really, really like to draw Collective Brutality here. Opponent Fatal Pushes Snapcaster Mage. Shining Shoal is countered because it has no legal targets. We take 1 point of damage. Lingering Souls. Excellent draw. We'll cast the front half of it for now. And pass the turn. Opponent Fatal pushes a token. That tells me that we're fine to cast the back half. Alright, pass turn. Opponent fires up a Creeping Tar Pit. Gonna get in for 3. We'll take it and go to 11. Would really, really like a Collective Brutality here. Oh, it's so good. We're going to kill and drain. Target, target. There and there. Pitch Chancellor. Looks like they may have a counterspell for us, folks. It's another Spell Stutter. Alright. We'll get in for damage. Thanks for following, Burn Gobbo Burn. I greatly appreciate it. You're a wonderful human being. Opponent fires up Creeping Tar Pit and has a Bitter Blossom. Gets in for 5 points of damage. We go down to 6. We untap. We're going to reanimate a Chancellor. Are we going to reanimate a Chancellor? Yes, we are going to reanimate a Chancellor of the Annex. Get a big 5/6 dumb creature onto the battlefield. Get in for 1 point of damage. Opponent gets a fairy, plays a Creeping Tar Pit, fires up a Creeping Tar Pit, gets in for 3, takes us to 3. We would really like some life gain off the top. It'd be pretty sweet. Oh, if only. If we had 1 more mana, we could pitch the Elesh Norn and reanimate her. Oh, she'd be so awesome. However, such is not the case today. We are 1 mana short of reanimating the Elesh Norn and just straight up murdering our opponent. 1 mana short. We die to a Creeping Tar Pit next turn. Oh well. One more 2-man. With black-white pitch control. For people who are unfamiliar with my schedule, I usually stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, starting at around 4 o'clock, and Sundays, semi-frequently, at around 2 to 4 o'clock as well. That is all Mountain Time, Utah time. I also have a YouTube channel where I post hilarious edited meme videos. Would highly recommend. Same handle as here. Would recommend. If you haven't seen it, I play a bunch of silly stuff. So. If you haven't followed the channel yet and you like silly content like Battle of Wits, Mill, Black-White Pitch Control, 1000-Year Storm. I usually play Modern, sometimes Standard, sometimes Limited. Would highly recommend. Alright, different character this time. We're not playing against fairies again. Highly recommend that It's a Trap video. This hand is almost good. We're going to mulligan. Much better. Infinitely better. See if we can get him with the Chancellor of the Annex trigger. Plains, scry to the bottom. Reveal Chancellor, pass the turn. Do they play into it? They did mulligan. They're down to 6. Opponent starts Cascade Bluffs. Interesting. We'll play Concealed Courtyard. Inquisition. Spellweaver Helix. We'll take Helix. Some kind of janky combo deck going on here. I'm excited. This is interesting. Opponent plays one of their mountains. Probably red-blue for... Oh! Oh, it might be swans. You're right. Opponent does recognize that they need to play around this Chancellor trigger. Faithless Looting. The good news is if we resolve Leyline versus the Spellweaver deck, we are probably going to win the game. They pitch Thought Scour and Mountain. Alright. We'll play Marsh Flats. Pick up a Plains. 2-mode Collective Brutality. Duress Drain. Pitch Chancellor. We'll take Opt. Pass the turn. Opponent plays their mountain. Flashbacks, Faithless Looting. What do they find? What do they discard? They discard Fork Bolt. We draw a Cast Out. I'll play an Urborg, pass the turn. Alright, opponent flashbacks, Faithless Looting. We have 2 draws to hit a land, and then our opponent will probably... Worldfire! Worldfire! Oh god, Worldfire. We're gonna get Worldfired. Cycle Cast Out, draw Soul Spike, draw Smallpox. Yeesh. Actually, if they Worldfire, we just Soul Spike and kill them. Oh, please. Please, opponent, Worldfire me. I will kill you in response. It'll be fair. We'll play Liliana. Because this is exile all permanents, right? Oh, hands and graveyards. Shoot. Doesn't exactly work like I'd hoped. We'll pitch a Smallpox. Make our opponent discard. I didn't realize it exiles... I didn't realize it exiled hands. I was thinking Obliterate, not Worldfire. Oh no. Spellweaver Helix. Exiling Forked Bolt and Worldfire. Forked Bolt. Spellweaver Helix trigger. I think I just died. Oh no. They exile 2 instants or they exile 2 sorceries from the grave. If they cast one with the name of one of them, they cast a copy of the other one. Exile all permanents, hands and graveyards, and then there's a Forked Bolt on the stack, and then we die. Well, damn. Alright, opponent. Well played. Well played. We'll bring in Surgical. Bring in Hand Hate. Probably going to drop some Wraths. Don't need so many Wraths. Soul Spike. We'll drop Shoals. I don't really think they're playing creatures that we're going to shoal anyway. Jeebus. Alright. Leyline of the Void. Opener, please. Give me double leyline opener, white and black. I don't think our opponent can actually beat that. Watch us get, like, cyclonic rifted or something. Yes, I would love to play first. Yes, please, and thank you. Well, Leyline of the Void, Chancellor, seems good. We'll keep. Opponent mulled to 6. Keeps the 6. Start Leyline and Chancellor trigger. Play Marsh Flats, pass the turn. Yeah, I like it when you do Dark Petition and Raven's Crime. That's the true Spellweaver Helix combo deck. Maybe I should build that. Alright, so let's get a Godless Shrine. We're playing Black-White Pitch Control currently versus Spellweaver Helix. Red-Blue Spellweaver Helix with Forked Bolt Worldfire. Burn Spell Worldfire. We'll Duress Drain. Pitch Chancellor. Pact of Negation. Oh yeah, we also lost game 1. Take Echoing Truth. Opponent plays Cascade Bluffs. Resolves a Faithless Looting through the Chancellor trigger. They drop Faithless Looting Pact. Cool, we know they're holding a mountain. Alright, pass the turn. Would like to resolve this Liliana of the Veil. It would actually be kind of crazy nuts if we could. And there it is. Play Lily. Tick up, discarding Unburial Rites if it resolves. We getting remanded? Opponent doesn't understand how their lands work. Filter lands are kind of tricky, though, when you're tapping. Negate. Alrighty, then. Hopefully we draw another untapped land. Also, welcome, new viewers to the stream. I'm Kano, kind of drunk, playing a jank deck in Modern versus a jank deck. Opponent loots faithlessly yet again. Pitching an island and Worldfire into the exile zone. We untap, we draw Concealed Courtyard, and we play a Lingering Souls. Opponent plays an island. Passes turn. Well, we'll get in for 2. And then I think the slightly stronger play is to reanimate Chancellor. Words that have not been spoken in Modern probably forever. Card's so good. It's like 7-mana Thalia that flies and does something on turn 0. Yeah, as far as an experimental list goes, I think you're right. As far as actual competitiveness goes, it's kind of questionable. We're going to get a Plains. Play a Sorin. Make a dude. Pass the turn. I think it's solid because it has like random silver bullet cards and does stuff on turn 0. I honestly think that's the only reason it's remotely playable. Yeah, we'll just keep it like this. Fire back for game 3. I really like our opponent's deck, by the way. World Fire off of Spellweaver's Helix. Super great. Nobody ever looks at Mirrodin artifacts anymore, like OG Mirrodin, because you get stuff that's great like Spellweaver Helix. I don't think Possessed Portal was Mirrodin, but it's in that same era of card design. Sideboard, mainboard, basically. Hey, we did it again! Turn 0 Leyline. Opponent starts Island. Seems decent. They Thought Scour us, dropping Swamp and Surgical into the grave. We draw an Elish Norn, Grand Cenobite. Play Marsh Flats, pass the turn. Should make a black-white prison deck with every known hate card there is. The problem is black-red, or red-white prison is way better. They just have like better hate cards because they have Blood Moon and Simian Spirit Guide. Opponent Thought Scours us again. Thank you for dumping a Lingering Souls into the grave, opponent. Opponent Faithless Looting. What do they drop? 2 Cascade Bluffs. Alright, seems good. We'll crack a Marsh Flats, get a Godless Shrine. Untap. Play a Fetid Heath. 2 mode our Collective Brutality. We'll pitch Elish Norn. Take Echoing Truth. Seems good. Games last 40 minutes. I did play, there was a game I played Blue-White Battle of Wits versus Black-Blue Mill, and they lost because they played a Mesmeric Orb on turn 2 and milled themselves before they could mill me. Even, like, I didn't even really interact with their other spells. Opponent casts Echoing Truth that they find on a Leyline of the Void. We will 2-mode again. Oops. Pitching Lingering Souls. Taking the World Fire. So Stony Silence. Play Liliana. Tick up. We'll pitch Soul Spike. Stony Silence, we turn everything to an artifact. I would rather Mycosynthelatus Vandal Blast. I think that would be fun. And our opponent scoops it up under the might of a Liliana of the Veil, and we get 30 play points out of the deal. I will leave this list up for a moment while I'm speaking here. So I really like this list. This list is fun. It was literally a 75 I threw together on a whim and streamed the other day. I really enjoy it. I think it has potential. Needs a little bit more. Cards will get printed. Might be viable in the future. Meta will change. We'll see. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you stayed this long and you haven't already, please follow the channel. It would mean a lot to me. It costs you nothing to do so. And we have a ton of fun here on this channel. We play mostly jank most of the time. Almost all jank all the time. And yeah, it's a ton of fun. We 3-2'd with Battle of Wits this league. We 3-2'd with Blue-Black Mill this league. We won a bunch of 2-mans with Black-White Pitch Control. It's been a great time. I'm going to have to call it quits for the night, though. I have homebrew beer to bottle, and I hope you all enjoy this a ton. That would be fun. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. You're all wonderful people. I had a ton of fun today. I hope you all had fun today, and I'm going to call it quits for the night. So, have a good night, everybody.